Please remember to leave a like, a comment, share the video about, and if you haven't already, subscribe. Thank you. Well, isn't this just fantastic?
So over the weekend I noticed Dr. Disrespect was trending on Twitter, and this fascinated me because this meant bringing up a subject that hasn't really been publicly acknowledged in the sense of Twitch telling us exactly what happened for a number of years. Years ago, Dr. Disrespect was banned from Twitch. No reason was given. We have no idea to this day what actually happened, but someone has come forward to say that something did happen. It has been many years and Dr. Disrespect moved to YouTube, carved out quite a career on the platform. He in fact sued Twitch and there was a settlement involved. Now I firmly believe, owing to a complete lack of statements at that time, that some form of conditions was set, akin to that of an NDA, where perhaps they'd pay the remainder of his contract and he wouldn't tell anyone what happened, or they wouldn't be allowed to say what happened, if it makes sense. It was an idea I had back then, but never really embellished too harshly or hardly vaguely-ish much at all on it. Owing to the fact that Twitch have in the past been very vocal about why some have been banned, usually streamer bans, a Twitter account would highlight it, and you'd normally have a reason for it, and the fact that his was an absolute ban, there was a level of fascination, a big level of fascination, because it was just radio silence. From my perspective, it looked, well, quite bad for Twitch really. They lost one of their biggest gamers, but we never knew why, and we still don't actually definitively know why either. And that's important. We must presume innocence until proven guilty, but the accusation that is made challenges many's belief on that. It doesn't challenge mine in the slightest. I still believe in innocence until proven guilty. The issue really is in how Dr. Disrespect has addressed the more recent trend. That is vital, because, and it certainly lends credence to my belief, it does not help him, but then nor does anyone else either being silent or saying something. We can assert all we like, but evidence is key, and when it came to his ban, there weren't many good optics for the platform of Twitch. I had believed back then he got kicked because maybe he'd asked too much money to stay on the platform because of the other one, that Microsoft one, popping up. I don't think that was it. No offense intended to those who went to that crappy platform, but, no. Anyway, today I thought I'd go through some of the tweets that have been doing their rounds, claims made by a number of people involved, and some statements from others that have perspectives on this. So Cody Connors, he got banned because he got caught sexting a minor in the then existing Twitch Whispers product. He was trying to meet up with her at TwitchCon. The powers that be could read in plain text, case closed, gang. No one made the wrong decision, F him and his boys. Now, the majority of the replies underneath are, where's the evidence? And this is something I fully support. You cannot make these kinds of claims without evidence. But this is where Dr. Disrespect's responses will become relevant. His lack of properly addressing the accusation or doing anything to publicly tackle it would lend credence to a form of NDA being involved, or some kind of case closed situation where he cannot do it, because then he has to go to court to verify or debunk. That leads to a potential breach of a contract he may well have with Twitch, which is why I do firmly believe there's something iffy about how he responded, which we're going to read now. Replying to somebody called Jake, who had retweeted Cody, who is a former Twitch employee, Jake had said a former Twitch employee has come forward and stated the alleged reason for Dr. Disrespect's permanent Twitch ban being for sexting a minor in the previous Twitch Whispers product. Dr. Disrespect, Jake, seriously. I get it, it's a hot topic, but this has been settled, no wrongdoing was acknowledged, and they paid out the whole contract. He also later said, listen, I'm obviously tied to legal obligations from the settlement with Twitch, but I just need to say what I can say, since this is the effing internet. I didn't do anything wrong. All this has been probed and settled, nothing illegal, no wrongdoing was found, and I was paid. Elden Ring Monday. Now within his statements, he has made it quite clear he's tied to legal obligations from the settlement. So I do think there is a form of NDA involved where he can't say anything negative about Twitch or about what really happened. So these accusations, he can't address them. He is bound, or he will have to lose a fair bit of money as part of that settlement. Of course, this is where we find out whether or not he is cancelable or not under the circumstances. I should now state, if it is true and Dr. Disrespect had been sexting a minor, the police should have been involved sooner. Years ago, in fact. His career wouldn't be where it is now because he would have been annihilated, certainly in the online space. So what does this actually accomplish? It poisons the well a little, sure, and there is always a possibility that Doc is going to have to deal with that consequence for some time, because once you've asserted it once, whether it be truthful or not, there is the risk it will linger for a long time, and it will become what you are known for, what you're remembered for. Hardly a good look, of course, for somebody like Doc. But again, if you don't provide evidence to back your claims, your assertions are exactly that. And they are something that we should consider dismissing. But we're not going to, because that's not how the internet works. For me, it is exactly how it works, because unless you provide evidence, I cannot take your word as truthful. Especially when you can posit, you can theorize that this is somebody who holds a bit of a grudge as an ex-Twitch employee. There is a bit of terminology that many have pointed at within Dr. Disrespect's tweet reply to Jake. No wrongdoing was acknowledged. Now, acknowledged is an unusual word to use in this particular statement. Happened is what people usually say. This comes across as legal advice, which when you consider having the accusation levied at you that is quite in nature toxic, damaging, career-ending, almost terminal stage cancer, in nature that is, I can understand wanting legal guidance, especially if you are unable to properly respond to it. I could believe that in this instance, Doc has actually spoken to somebody at Twitch to agree to what he would say next, as a way of properly handling it. Although, let's face it here, that is quite unlikely. So let's go through some of the responses people had to the situation. Firstly, EV Trapper. 1. Why was Twitch powers that be reading a high-profile streamer's private messages? This is very much like putting a camera in the bathroom type of thing. 2. How did Twitch confirm that the person in question was a minor? 3. Where is his arrest record? Lastly, I'm not defending him, but there are serious issues if Twitch is reading people's private messages for this level of context. The second issue is how Twitch confirmed that the person in question was indeed a minor. Overall, if true, not only is there serious problems with Dr. Disrespect, but there are also major issues with Twitch. Are they also reading sexting between adults? Where does the line begin or end? Vera Megas has pointed out that this individual has also been going after the likes of Nick Merckx as well, and that they, at some point, were part of the Hogwarts Legacy harassment campaign, because J.K. Rowling did all the wrongs, apparently. Tommy C put out a video statement on this, and I agree fully with everything he says in this. I'll play that now.
2 years ago, I talked to somebody who I 99.9% believes knows the allegation against Dr. Disrespect. They would not tell me what it was. They're a person of honor. But I was allowed to keep asking questions. So I threw in my conspiracy theory by, which I had said in my show before, prior to talking to this guy. I said that this was something that all those little rats thought was 100% golden. That's why you saw stuff like those people connected to Twitch and Slasher. Oh, we got him. He's done. It's over. Ha, 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 ha. And when the Twitch lawyers got to look at it, he goes, you need to shut everybody up. Because not only is this not enough to charge him criminally, this opens us up to litigation. You have nothing. You have nothing. Now, this is clearly something that the Twitch employees believe he did, but whatever evidence they have for it is certainly not enough to charge them and opens them up to some kind of litigation.
The Irate Gamer also put out a statement on Twitter on his paranormal Twitter account. Now, I didn't realize the Irate Gamer was still going in any capacity, but he does do more spiritual, other planes of existence content. It's not my kind of content, of course not. I don't believe in ghosts or anything like that. Not going to hate those that do, though, or cover this kind of material. But to insert yourself into something that you're not a part of is quite interesting, really. My favourite reply to that underneath is, in truth, the realms are both internal and external. They all intersect each other. The hungry ghosts you deal with are just one way that the Praetor realm can manifest. Jesus Christ. There are levels of cringe I can handle. This is not on the list. In Chris's video, he speaks about Mr. Beast, Epstein Islands, and obviously then works his way in with Dr. Disrespect as well. There are levels of madness involved that I will admit I find impressive. I'll play a clip now.
Hey guys, so I'm breaking character for this video, and I want to talk about a few things that have gone viral lately around an individual named Dr. Disrespect. And if you don't know who that is, there's some things online going around now where he has done some lewd conduct with a minor.
Now, Keemstar also put out a statement on this, and his perspective is actually quite right as well, about how Dr. Disrespect has handled this. I'm going to insert this now as well.
This Dr. Disrespect story is absolutely infuriating, all right? An ex-Twitch employee comes out and says that Dr. Disrespect was whispering to a minor and making plans to meet up with that minor at TwitchCon. And that's why he was banned from Twitch. And then went on to say that he's a piece of shit and his friends are a piece of shit and all that. Dr. Disrespect responds by saying, hey, look, I was found to have done nothing wrong. I did nothing wrong, all right? He comes out with another statement. I did nothing wrong. Dr. Disrespect is not responding to the allegation. The allegation is that he whispered and tried to make plans to meet up with a minor at TwitchCon. That is the allegation from the ex-Twitch employee. He's not responding to that. When he's saying, I did nothing wrong, he's referring to the settlement.
Continuing on, Omni. As you guys know, I receive many tips about things that happen in the industry. Some false, some true. Can confirm that a few of the rumors sent to me regarding Dr. Disrespect and his Twitch ban is in line with what's being said now. Hope he has proof that there was no foul play. Rod Breslow at Slasher. This is posted back in 2020. Look, for several hours now I've been told from credible sources the reason Dr. Disrespect has been banned. However, due to the importance and sensitivity around the subject, I have refrained from going on it. I don't feel comfortable with it currently. While I applaud you for using full stops, your inability to use capital letters when it suits you or when it's appropriate baffles me, because you managed it for the word I. In 2024, I didn't lie. As Comment Cop here points out with the image there, Twitch had direct access to messages proving Dr. Disrespect sexted a minor, and Slasher had access to credible sources to report on this, but both failed to publicly alert anyone and remained silent for years. Reply from Connor, there may have been legal implications to them having access to the messages in the first place. Privacy or contract violations on Twitch's side, just my guess as to why. And to an extent, I can understand that perspective. I think there are a number of issues here legally. Some have posited that perhaps the reason why it's coming out of the woodwork now is because the NDA clauses have expired. That might well be the case as well. But without the message logs confirming these accusations, not much can be accomplished. I'll insert one of the more controversial individuals here, as if Keemstar wasn't enough on his own. Tristan Tate. So, Dr. Disrespect is based as F. He's a tall, jacked, handsome bastard that no doubt has women throwing themselves at him. I know how it is. Some of his opinions upset people and his voice is loud. He's a sexual predator now? Sorry, I just don't effing believe you. And he actually did respond properly about this. Well, he said some things, actually, on Rumble with his brother. A clip of which I can't play, but I'll link it in the pinned comment if you're interested. We should probably insert Tipster and Keffels because they have to, while not want to be involved in drama, insert themselves into what is considered drama, with Keffels saying, Dr. Disrespect really said having sex with children is fine, but I draw the line at pronouns, including a clip that I don't have access to and I do apologise. In Tipster's case, tweeting out this video.
No, bad.
Oh, the backyard, the backyard.
Oh, okay.
Okay, who's it?
I appreciate everyone watching
Who's
today.
it in the backyard? Who is going to be
The
looking?
backyard's tough.
we'll
We
get-
don't really, like I said, we don't really know some of the.
Yeah,
We'll
we
get
don't
through
know
this Champions
that
Club.
part.
I know it's a tough. That's
because I don't know this one well.
life's weird right now.
Yeah, look. Oh,
We'll-
I did.
we'll get through this, okay? And
Hey, Christopher.
Dun dun dun! You better not taunt me. How dare you?
But there is something we do need to also add, and that would concern Cody Connors. Now, they've changed their profile banner header many times since this started, but they've also been using the Dr. Disrespect incident to promote their events, right? For example, back in July of 2023, if all 3 dates sell out, I'll tell you why he got banned. And in December 2023, if you're on the East Coast, you should come to one of these shows. Slasher is coming to the New York date, 500-person room, 70% on pre-sale. If that show sells out, I'll explain why we banned him during the set. Clearly they didn't sell out because we only found out 3 days ago, allegedly.